And to go with the club, with the stadium, the club brought in firepower. Obviously, you have the Beckham rule created.
Designated player, basically just based on Beckham.
Yes. You have, Robbie Keane. You have Luis Hernandez, Mexico's fourth highest goal scorer.
You have Dos Santos.
Yeah,
Gerrard, Ashley Cole, Donovan. The list goes on and on. That's star power right there.
Yeah, and they are the most decorated team in Major League Soccer with 5 MLS Cups, 4 Supporters Shield, 2 U.S. Open Cups, as well as winning the old CONCACAF Champions Cup back in 2000, one of only 2 American-based clubs to do so. So, as far as rivalry comes, they also have Cali Classico with San Jose, which is always a sellout.
Right, they sold out Stanford Stadium. I mean, that's 50,000 right there.
So, they definitely do it. And then you look at LAFC Stadium, and that is just bonkers.
I mean, they just have a random pool, just there. They have a pool for fun. That's literally the only reason why they have the pool there.
They have that. They have also a 34-degree supporters section.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Which is the steepest in MLS, which is going to be
safe standing. Mm-hmm.
Safe standing. So they're going to replicate what you have in Orlando City, which is great for the league. I think that is where...
It's a great trend that's going on right now.
DC
I like that.
United also will have something
DC United
like that.
At Buzzard Park. Mm-hmm.
The question is, will the expansion clubs, whoever will get them, I wonder if they'll develop that in their stadium. Is Minnesota also having that?
I'm not sure about Minnesota.
We'll have to check into that.
I think they're still working on that because... the stadium will open until the 2019 MLS season, so that's far down the road.
Right. But you have these supporter standing sections that is trending all over Major League Soccer. The steep. They also have $20 supporter memberships. So that's $20 a match.
That's probably the best value in sports, to be honest here.
Well, if you look at the most successful fan-based clubs, and I believe it's Borussia Dortmund, their season tickets are not what Arsenal charges them. It's not what Liverpool. It's not what Bayern Munich does. It is for the fans because they realize the truest fans who communicate with the club are working
man. Soccer is a working man sport.
They work their tails off, and they come to watch this to
escape.
Yes, escape their lives. So why not make it cheaper? The rich people, executives, whatever they do. They could go to a game anytime they want.
Right.
But for the working class, for the working man, this is an escape. This is a luxury. Make it that. So they also have the 3252 Independent Supporter Union of LAFC. Now, do you know why it's 3252?
No, tell me. Is that
okay, so
like altitude or something?
No, not at all. That would be really, really high up. No, it'd be half a mile, so it's nothing, actually.
Come on, do some math, man.
I thought meters.
We're in college, man. Do some math.
So, what's 3 plus 2?
5.
5 plus 5?
10.
Plus 2?
12.
It's the 12th man.
Why can't you call it the 12th man?
Because that's already been taken.
I mean,
it's original, but
it's cool, but I feel like there's too much thinking involved.
Exactly. So people are going to be like, why are you guys called 3252?
Because 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 12.
Now, I wonder if there's more meaning to the number. So that's what I read. I think there might be.
There has to be. There's no way it's...
But it primarily has to do with being the 12th man. So they created this supporters group. I like the name 3252. It's catchy. Independent supporters.
I think it's lame.
Really?
Yeah.
We should,
because 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2, wow, that's 12.
Yeah, but you'll remember 3252. That's an easy number to remember.
Yeah, but I'm not for the significance. I mean, I won't now because you told me 3 times, but
okay,
whatever.
It's gonna have a 22,000 capacity. It's gonna cost about $250 million. It's gonna go overboard.
And it looks gorgeous too. So
it's gonna be gorgeous. Features swimming pool, and I think this is very unique. Every seat is within 135 feet of the field. The closest being only 12 feet.
Yeah, they put a lot of precise measurements into the stadium, to be honest, and I think that reflects what team LAFC is bringing. I think they're scaring the Galaxy, and the Galaxy aren't having the best season right now, but I think they're starting to show, hey, LA, get ready. We're coming for you. We're going to take over this city.
Yeah, and the California stadium where LAFC will be playing is closer to the heart of LA.
And that's key. That's always key. The location, as we know in Dallas, it's always key.
Yes, and it's only 12 miles to separate the two stadiums, so that's going to be tense, which is going to be fantastic. Because New York, on the other hand, that's over the Hudson.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult.
Oh, for sure.
So this is going to be the first real intercity derby.
Yeah, you could say that.
The New York. What besides New York? You don't have any other
like really close.
What's the closest? It's New York. Now this is going to be even closer.
Right.
You know, this is going to be London. This is going to be Atletico. Well, I don't know. I think Atletico and Real Madrid, the stadiums are further apart. But you're going to get that feel where the city's truly divided on their
you're already seeing that. Have you seen that with like the supporters and whatnot?
Oh, yeah. The LAFC supporters were at a U Academy game, U13, when they played Galaxy.
And they're packed. The stands were packed. And you're like... For you, like 14.
I don't know if I don't know if they were packed. From what I saw,
there was plenty of supporters for a game that like
there were
is
supporters
pretty meaningless in like that grand scheme of things.
They're U14. Half of them won't even play in college or go to the.
They're 14. Let's be honest here. Those kids are still, and the fact that supporters are already coming out for those games shows that there's a true passion for LAFC, and that's a worrying sign for the Galaxy. To be honest, I mean, this team has been in the league for over 20 years, and they're now kind of playing second fiddle almost to a team that's brand new.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but back to your point where they're scaring the LA Galaxy, I think that has to do huge with the Zlatan Ibrahimovic signing, where LAFC, they're interested in these huge stars. Chicharito they failed on.
Can't get nobody.
So far, they don't even have a head coach. Wesley Schneider's in talks. You have actually Ibrahimovic also among talks. But the Galaxy are interested in Ibrahimovic. They do need a number 9. But I don't think Ibrahimovic is necessarily going to be about on-the-field tactics, more in the sense like, hey, we got Ibra. Like, come check us out. Like, we got the superstar.
It's all in the grand scheme of marketing and all that stuff. I mean, whoever's going to get Ibrahimovic, I mean, obviously, the viewership's going to go up the roof. I mean... It's all about the marketing. It's all about all these little petty battles, you know what I mean? Just petty rivalry battles. Like you saw the murals getting defaced.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you saw that.
I love how it was LAFC had their logo up, and then some Galaxy supporters wrote
it's all these small petty things that make a rivalry, and that's what I think we're heading towards. And I'm honestly really, really excited to see what's going to come.
This is a build that Major League Soccer is creating.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that was part of the strategy of putting LAFC in there.
Right, but if you look at New York, NYCFC, they don't even play in a soccer-specific stadium. So it's like they're playing at Yankee Stadium. Half the field is too tiny. It feels like it's terrible. Half the fans, what I'm trying to say, are miles away from the action. The other ones are literally right behind the goal, so you just don't... It makes no sense. Your eyes, it's just confusing to follow. It's too narrow on both directions, so there's no creativity. So you see it, but you go watch Orlando City, and you're like, wow, you want to be there when you watch.
Yeah, I love the whole soccer specific thing. I love it, and that's why I love LAFC and what they're bringing to the table. I think it's gonna be a fantastic addition to MLS, and I think it's definitely scaring the Galaxy right now. And
the question is, I think are they going to be able to sign anybody?
Well, Taylor Twellman keeps mentioning this, and the fact that this upcoming year is a World Cup year, he thinks it's not going to happen. He thinks the team players are going to come after the World Cup year because national team managers, they don't want players that play in MLS. Let's just be honest. You saw what happened to Giovinco.
I want to say the Italian national team is very the manager at the moment.
It's anti-MLS. He hates how Giovinco went there for a paycheck, even though Giovinco's tearing up MLS and I think could be national team quality, honestly. He doesn't like it, and I think a lot of players are scared of the same thing. And I really think that not many players are going to come. I mean, you saw Chicharito.
But Wesley Schneider, he's, 33, 34?
I mean, the Netherlands are just...
They might not even qualify.
Yeah, they might not even qualify. So, I mean, that might happen.
No, but
honestly.
He's 33 years old. He just had his contract... he just basically quit his contract to Galatasaray, owing them money. In fact, he was once one of the best attacking midfielders going forward. And he would be a very interesting signing for LAFC. I think he could be very interesting.
I think he could be somebody you could build around, but I think they need a big name, you know what I'm saying?
They need somebody with character, with Ibrahimovic would be perfect.
Ibrahimovic, Chicharito.
What he brings is... Yeah, Chicharito would bring the fans, but Ibrahimovic, what he brings is a personality.
Star power.
Well, he brings personality
and star power.
Well, star power, sure, but the personality, people know Ibrahimovic because of his personality.
Yeah,
it's like when David Beckham came in. He was the pretty boy. He was, Spice Girls. Like, you knew that coming in. Cristiano Ronaldo's the same. You know the personality of Messi. You know the personality of Neymar. LAFC need to gun towards that. You see a lot of these clubs in Major League Soccer. You have, I think, NYCFC has a personality with Villa and Pirlo, even though Pirlo's kind of getting phased out.
Yeah.
Chicago Fire with Bastian Schweinsteiger. Mm-hmm. I think you see that personality. Seattle Sounders, the Portland Timbers. You see that personality. But you look at other clubs like Houston, you're like, huh? Colorado. What? Like, could you name more than 3 players on Colorado? I'm not saying you, but...
I probably could, to be honest.
But the majority of people just don't care. You don't see that personality. But you see the personality of the New England Patriots. You know the Cowboys. You know the Yankees. You know what the Red Sox are. You know what the Lakers are, with ball. You know these personalities of Cleveland, of the Miami Heat, or whatever it is. The LAFC needs a gun for that. And like you said, the World Cup year, that's scary stuff because I don't know what player is going to make that move.
LAFC right now are... That one guy who's talking all big and is like, yeah, we're gonna beat y'all up, we're gonna destroy y'all, all that. But there's nothing. Let's be honest, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing there right now. They have a nice stadium coming, they have ownership, they have the hype, but they need to capitalize on it because if they don't, it's gonna be a big failure in my opinion. Tom Penn, one of the co-owners and president of LAFC, was talking to the Associated Press, right? Right.
And I'm not quoting him or I am quoting now. I think over time you'll see some of the best talent and best names in the world want to come to LA, and I don't think that's necessarily false.
I think it's gonna be time, but best talent. That's gonna be. I think it's more of a league thing than it's gonna be an LAFC thing. If you're gonna be honest.
No. I think it has the city appeal. Hollywood. All the stars want to go there. They
don't for sure. They don't want to go to Frisco, Texas. They want to go to Los Angeles.
Not even that. It's Los Angeles is more about their brand. LA offers brand exposure, like New York, brand exposure. Okay. As far as soccer sense, if you're the best player in the world, you want to play at Manchester United.
Barcelona,
Real Madrid, in England, Juventus, Milan, the list goes on. Bayern Munich, that's where you want to be. You're not going to want to play in Major League Soccer. It's going to be 50 years before that changes.
Yeah, I can. Well, I don't think 50 years, but I think you're right about that. It's going to be a long time. Yes,
Giovinco's one of the few that come over. Bastian Schweinsteiger, only at 32, he still played at Bayern Munich if he didn't leave for
absolutely.
Manchester United. So you see the transition of first it has to be American, and you saw that. LAFC needs to gun. And yes, they dream big, and Tom Penn is absolutely correct to dream huge, because that's what you need to do. You need to have a vision. They have the stadium, they have the infrastructure, they have the name power. The question is, so far, it's been blank. And the worrying thing is we're creating all this hype around this club, and because of the World Cup year that you bring up, we're not going to see that, and people are going to be left disappointed.
I think so, honestly. I mean, that's the route that we're heading towards. Now, people might say, it's still early, March 2018 rolls around, maybe stuff changes. But at this point in time, I think LAFC should be a little worried. I think MLS should be even a little worried as well. I think they should be worried they struck out Chicharito. I think they need a gun for Ibrahimovic. And overall, they just need to make some more signings and actually capitalize on that splash.
Yeah, and from a Galaxy perspective, right now you're kind of sitting there going, okay, we have the infrastructure. We're still the most decorated team in Major League Soccer.
You have quality players, Alessandrini, Dos Santos, you have Van Damme. These are quality players, and they can expand on that. I think they need that motivation.
And they still have designated player spot that they can use. And they're in the same situation where LAFC is. It's a World Cup year, but it's the Galaxy.
They have prestige. They actually have history.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what LAFC doesn't have, and that's going to be an issue.
That's going to be an issue. Well, that wraps up the first ever edition of Uncle Sam's Soccer Podcast. We are so excited to launch episode 1.
Extremely excited.
We'll be back next week. And follow us on Twitter at Unc Sam Soccer Pod.
That's Unc Sam Soccer Pod. Sorry, I was like, I was thinking of the at, and then like I got like kind of mixed
Yeah,
up in
that was bad, Armand.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, anyway, we'll be back next week with another episode. Discuss more American soccer.